So I thought we'd keep it light and we just talk about Godzilla. This is my latest hyperfixation, and I know you're probably surprised. I hear you. I understand it's different than everything you've seen me do. If you're new here, I did cosplay before. For a few years, I was really into cosplay. Makeup tutorials, transformations, transitions. It was almost like a psychotic cycle. And people were like, why don't you do voiceover your videos? I don't want to talk. I used to be very self-conscious of my accent. It's very heavy. I see people talk online and I see them talk so fast and so good. So I was just like, I'm not good enough for that. At some point in my life, I had to ask myself the question, like, am I going to continue doing makeup for the rest of my life? A couple of months ago, I had to have gallbladder surgery and it kind of threw me by surprise. I had a lot of thought into it. I was like, what am I going to do? I can't wear cosplay. I can't really do makeup. I don't feel like it. We talked about in this channel about Jurassic Park, and you guys know I love dinosaurs, but I never really talked about Godzilla. And it wasn't until Godzilla Minus Zero got announced that there was going to be, next year it was going to come out, and I got super excited. Grabbed my phone and I just did a video with a green screen. As crazy as it sounds, like that video was so genuine. I was so excited and so passionate. It was so genuine from the heart that it literally got so many comments. And I was like, wait a minute, Godzilla is so niche, so particular. I cannot believe there's all these people talking with me in the comments, nerding out about Godzilla. I was so excited. Pretty cool. I can talk to people about Godzilla. It was so positive of a reaction. And also a lot of people like, hey, how are you into Godzilla? Can you tell me, can you help me get into Godzilla? This sounds pretty cool. What are you talking about? But I'm into it because you're into it. A lot of people are like, I didn't know you like Godzilla. Since when? And that's how Godzilla happened online. Now let's talk about how Godzilla happened in my life. I will tell you a summary of how to understand Godzilla from like a very basic perspective. There's two things you need to know. Number one, two companies, Toho and Legendary. Toho is the OG, the original, the ones that invented Godzilla, the ones that have been doing it for over 70 years. And they're the ones that are the heart and soul of Godzilla. Gojira, for those who like the Japanese version of the name. In 2014, we get the first Legendary, which is an Americanized version of Godzilla. Toho, Godzilla is more of a prehistoric nuclear allegory type of animal. Monsterverse, Godzilla is a titan. They are prehistoric, but they're not the allegory to nuclear war and like all the things that Japan was doing with Toho. This is more like the ecosystem of the earth needs. It's kind of like Journey to the Center of the Earth. Imagine there's like another layer in the center, and this is called Hollow Earth. And Hollow Earth has all these titans that have been there for millions of years. And Godzilla's purpose is to keep balance. Think of him like the immunity system of the planet. So whenever there's a titan that's out of control or causing some kind of climate issue, Godzilla goes to tackle it. That is why, he attacks King Ghidorah, is creating superstorms and climate weather problems. That's why he fought Scylla, another titan who was supposed to be like in the cooler side of like temperature, but then she started eating man-made radiation. She was a threat to the planet when it comes to climate control. So Godzilla had to eliminate her. It's a beautiful concept that I love so much as well. 2014 on. So that's the movies that we get. Godzilla, Skull Island. We have King Kong, who is the protector of Skull Island. And Godzilla goes, they have a history going on there. I read so many books. I'm going to show you guys. The Monsterverse, there's a lot of lore stories. Like this is Godzilla x Kong the Hunted. Really good. The Monsterverse shows you like a few stories. Godzilla Dominion, you kind of like learn about who he is, and he protects the ecosystem of the earth. Of course, this book gives me a lot of information when it comes to the movies, the novelizations. And so I've been doing a lot of dig deeping into the Monsterverse on its own. It's very interesting. There's Monarch Legacy of Monsters, and there's 2 seasons right now on Apple TV, which is incredible. It's almost like feeling the holes, the plot holes of the film. So everything ties up, and they have so much more planned for the Monsterverse. So the Monsterverse is just fun. I'm a huge fan. Now, Toho, it's the life, the soul, the core of who Godzilla is. And this is always gonna be my favorite. Why I got into Godzilla would be Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is, up to this day, I get chills every time that I think about the ending of that movie. What could have been? There's humanoids at the end of the tale. The music, the atomic breath. It's honestly one of the most terrifying films I've seen. And the problem is that it looks too real. What would happen if right now there's a Godzilla that evolves from a deep ocean creature and the government is so slow, bureaucracy at its core right now? What would happen? Like, it would literally keep growing, and by the time you are okay, let's do this, it's too late. Just like basically the government failing humanity. Sounds familiar? It's so scary, and it hit me the most. And that movie truly is a work of art. I lost his laser. his mouth. I lost a little. If anybody wants to send me one, like I lost it. But look at him. He is gross. And basically he's hurting. He's burnt. He is suffering. He's an animal that is bleeding hot blood out of his body and basically vomiting it. I don't know what to tell you guys. You have to see this film. So Shin Godzilla, for me, was it. And I know this is 2016 later, but hey, that's the beauty about this fandom. It's never too late. I've seen the movies. I've seen, but I never really paid attention. And it wasn't until Shin Godzilla that I'm like, yo, this is cool. And then Godzilla -1. The way I cried, okay? I'm like, yo, this is such a beautiful film, such a beautiful story, so well told. Like, my mom hates monster movies and stuff, and my mom thought this was a great movie. My mom, who literally cannot stand a fake anything, she thought it was amazing. And that says a lot to me. You don't know my mom, but whatever. How well they did it, where you get the suspense, and then you realize what a crazy monster it is. It won an Oscar for special effects. And Yamazaki, he had previously worked on a ride, and he created the design from that ride. And kind of it was inspired. I was reading this book that it's the 70th, and it's back there. I'm not going to take it out. There's a lot of information about the beginning, the creation of Godzilla to all the films in Toho. And it's absolutely stunning. I recommend it to anyone, and has a lot of information about Godzilla -1. And Legendary was doing its thing and succeeding and stuff. And Toho's okay, we are the OGs, okay? It comes from us. We're the best. So they just went to Shin, to Godzilla -1. And then it's boom, boom, banger after banger. And Toho right now is back into revival of we own Godzilla, we're proud of it. I just had to go back after those 2 films. I had to be I need to go back to the OG and deep into the lore and watch it with attention fully, to try to understand and grasp all the things. I started with 1954 Godzilla. From there, 30 movies later, I became obsessed. Yeah, in Toho, Godzilla represents nuclear fear, environmental problems. There's a lot of Hedorah is pollution. It's nature fighting back. He is the protector sometimes. He is the villain sometimes. He keeps balance in a way. It's really strange relationship. And then you have Mechagodzilla Kiryu, which is my favorite thing. It's basically 2 movies that I recommend. And the Kiryu films are basically about creating a mecha Godzilla with the part of the remains of the original 1954 Godzilla who passed. That's all I have to say. That movie makes me cry. I love Kiryu so much. I just recently commissioned an artist to paint me on top of Kiryu, and I'm this. I don't know. I'm just very excited to have this for myself. I want this. I wanted this, and I got it because I want to pay for art and statues and things that bring me a lot of joy. The deeper I digged into Godzilla, I realized there's a whole community about it. It's actually a convention about it, G-Fest, which I'm planning on going. I'm really excited to go. It's in July and I cannot wait. I've seen the cosplay people make. I'm trying to get a Shimu cosplay that Gracie Cosplay Lace is trying to help me with. And it'll be fun, you know. I'm so happy. It was like a rebirth of joy, of something new. We did gaming in this channel. We're gonna continue doing gaming. But right now I just have so much excitement for it. Getting to know so many cool people and talking and nerding out. I mean, this is what it's all about. People who love Godzilla their entire lives, people who just started loving Godzilla, people who love recommending movies, love sharing their favorite moments. So please, if you can take away one thing about this, you're never too old to learn something new, to dig deeper into something that can bring you so much joy. Fall in love with a new story, with something that gives you life. Started talking more in my videos. I talk Cuban accent. I say Cuban characters. It's like a little series I'm doing with a Cuban accent, like Lord of the Rings, The Mummy, other things that I care about. So this Godzilla hyperfixation gave me a reason to keep creating. Thank you for staying here and caring about this, and I hope that you enjoyed this. If you have any questions in the comments, like, let me know. I can try to guide you if you are not sure about Godzilla. Ask away. Or if you are an expert, tell me things. Like, I want, like, what to read, what to do next. I'm so excited. Remember that God loves you, okay?